the north exit, located on the opposite side of the station from the south exit, and the business district, is downtown Soya, a bustling hub that never sleeps.
Okay, sure.
Arihiko lives on the north side of the station himself. These fools must be pretty bad if he's going to such lengths to avoid them. Let's say I don't, and have you explain the whole thing.
What?
I'm in. Let's go.
それなら私も聞いたことあるけど、
Weird rumor.
それってただの怪談じゃなかった？
Don't you get a bunch of money for that?
I don't know, but I want the money, so let's go.
結構昔からある都市伝説だったらしい。
I don't know, why would you get a bunch of money for walking across a bridge and beating a few people up?
Well, I mean, wasn't that just a bribe to make you join Team Rocket?
I mean, technically, but...
それを儲け話っぽく仕立てて利用してるバカどもがいるんだよ。
Yeah.
どっから流れてきた新参者か知んねえが、おかげで北口の空気の悪さはシャレにならない。
Weirdos, okay.
ちょっとしたことで殴り合いが始まるからな。
So mad I wasn't allowed to select yes and actually join Team Rocket.
俺、基本的に痛いの嫌だし、あんだけ派手にやってればポリも動くだろうし、連中が捕まるのでしばらく自重して家にこもってんのよ。
As long as you don't mind being at home, I guess.
An urban legend on the north side of the station. Guess I hadn't heard of it since I didn't live nearby. Though I suppose it'll be my problem too, starting today.
なんだよ、反応薄いな。さてはあれか？朝から貧血でぶっ倒れたのか？
Does he have
We have
anemia?
anemia?
いや、今朝はまだ大丈夫。
Was that the condition you were going on about before? That was
Yeah.
why you shouldn't run.
Huh.
心配してくれるのはありがたいんだけどね。そう四六時中貧血を起こしてたら体が持たないよ。
I mean, maybe?
I don't think anemia is a temporary condition. I think you are anemic all the time. It's just like...
Well, you have episodes, I think.
まあ、そりゃ
Yeah,
も
but
う
it's not like you stop being anemic in between them.
Well, yeah,
Well,
it's like
I
as
don't know.
you have it, but it's not always like actively.
It's not
killing
always
you.
on, but...
Yeah, it's still there in the background.
ほら、授業が始まるぞ。早く席に戻って。
All right, sit down. Teacher's coming.
はいよ。と、そうそう。今日の昼飯な、食堂でするからな。
Oh?
驚きの特別ゲストをお呼びしているので、楽しみにしてやがれ。
Arihiko laughs suspiciously as he saunters back to his seat.
それじゃあね、トーノくん。
Bye.
うん。弓塚さんも付き合わせて悪かったね。
Who's your last name?
He
Okay.
does.
Yeah.
Anyway, see you later, Yumizuka. I have a feeling because Tono did not fixate on your legs that you're not important. So, see you later. She walks back to her desk, her footsteps light as a feather.
She's the original girl that used to joke about not having a route
Ah.
back in like 2002 or whatever.
5 minutes after the bell for homeroom, and our teacher still hasn't appeared. Just as homeroom's about to end, the teacher next door drops by to tell us that Miss Toyama won't be coming today.
やったー！今日の数学自習じゃん。
Score! Don't have to go to math.
Is that why people were running around in the morning?
Someone sounds like they just won the lottery. Ms. Toyama is our math teacher. With her absent, we'll have free study instead. Once you finish the worksheet you're given, you're free to spend the rest of the time however you want. Some use the time to study, but others just kill time.
Others are just lazy.
I started my worksheet. I actually have no problem with studying. I quit going to after-school lessons as a child, but that was after I was told getting into a good school would be impossible for someone with my condition.
The fuck?
They don't accept people into good schools that have anemia.
Is what they're talking about, or is he still is he going back to the whole hospital thing?
I don't know. I'm going to assume anemia until I'm told otherwise.
Yeah,
Because it's a lot funnier to
It
picture
is,
somebody
yeah.
like applying to Harvard and completely smashing all the entrance requirements, and then they look at your medical history and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you have anemia. You can't come to Harvard."
Yeah, nah, you
What?
Nah, you won't be able to handle it, man.
Whether you choose to go to college or straight into the workforce, knowledge is never a bad thing to have. I raise my hand after solving a few problems and look over to the students near the hallway. Head. Sorry, not hand.
Ah. Yeah, raise my head. Okay.
I was like, why
Yeah,
did you
we're-
raise your hand? There's not a teacher here.
Right, it's free study. Okay. Is there a commotion out there?
I can only hear bits and pieces of their conversations, sitting as far away from them as I am.
やっぱり信じられない。
Oh.
朝練の時先生たちが血相を変えて職員室に。
まだ噂だか
Yeah,
ら。
he
で
wasn't
も
just
そんな
seeing
簡単
things.
に
Looks like the math teacher was one of the victims,
なんで
maybe?
そんなことに。
Something certainly feels wrong, I think, knitting my eyebrows.
昨日の事件。
校長室に刑事っぽい二人組が。
Yeah.
I brace myself for what's coming. As familiar as I am with this feeling, I find myself not wanting to accept it. I hold my breath in anticipation for the words to come.
だからさ、富山、
Yeah.
昨日死んだらしいよ。
Whoop.
I close my eyes, trying to hold back a headache. The morning passes without the rumor about Miss Toyama spreading much further.
That sounds doubtful, but okay.
The classroom is a mess now that it's lunch. Some go to the cafeteria, others to the courtyard, while still others stay in the room and open their lunches at their desks. Ah, what
Ooh.
should we do for lunch?
Wow, okay, choice.
There's clearly only one answer here. So we make a new save point,
Right, yeah, I had an actual choice. Point.
as is tradition.
Okay, so... I mean, I want to skip that surprise.
Arahiko did say he had stuff in the cafeteria.
And we have no reason to think the other two will lead to anything. Well, let's see what that surprise is.
Yeah, let's go. Arahiko disappeared after fourth period. He must be saving seats in the cafeteria. I never promised Arahiko Did I say Akihiko the first time, or did I say Arahiko?
I don't know.
I never promised Arahiko I'd go to the cafeteria with him, but there's no real reason to ditch him either. That's gonna get real confusing, having
Yeah.
Arahiko and Akihiko.
Mm.
Both in games we're currently doing simultaneously.
Yeah.
Might as well spend lunch there today. The cafeteria looks almost full. The line is so long it would probably take 10 minutes just to get your order taken. I gaze at the students waiting with their order receipts in hand as I make my way to the table.
それで有彦、特別ゲストって誰？
Yeah, special guest. What do you got?
それがまだおいでになされぬ。食堂で待ち合わせだったんだが、ちょっと待っててくれ。様子を見てくる。
Arahiko hurries out of the cafeteria, leaving his curry udon behind. I've ordered chikara udon for myself. I hope he gets back before my noodles get soggy. Just eat them, dumbass!
Yeah.
ダメだ。先輩どっか行っちまったらしい。
Senpai?
ゲストって3年生だったのか？
Well, you just said it was the senpai.
おお、面白い先輩だな。ここ数日アタックしてようやくランチご一緒ツアーまで取り付けたんだよ。今日は他に約束ができたとかで学校中を走り回ってるらしい。
忙しい人みたいだね。どうも。
忙しいっていうか、全自動マッサージ機みたいな人だ。
Arahiko breaks apart his disposable chopsticks, looking dejected.
ま、今回は
Oh
仕方ないわ
well,
な。
too bad.
じゃ、いただきますと。
I have to ask though, did they break clean or not?
Yeah.
はい、いただきます。
We both dig into our udon. A lot of irons in the fire. What a strange way to describe someone. Suffice to say that my curiosity has been piqued.
I guess that means you're working on a lot of things at once.
But I'll ask him more about that later.
で、本当のところどうなんだよ。
だって何が？
今日お前が朝から教室にいた理由。いちこさんが家にいるって嘘だろ。 あの人
Ichiko.
今昼間の仕事に就いてるじゃんか。
That's a sister, maybe?
I ask Arihiko as I slurp my Chikara udon. Ichiko is Arihiko's older sister, who works full-time. She's a bit of a mystery, but she's always taken good care of us.
ああ、そっか。バレるか。殿、今日から実家に戻るのか？
Oh, yeah, he told you
そ
about
うだ
that.
けど
Huh?
その話したっけ？
してねえよ。俺は姉貴から聞いただけ。
How does
Hey,
his
now.
sister know about him moving?
それでだな。殿がブルー入ってないか、ちょっと確認したくなってな。
そうか。
Okay.
それで成果は？
Well, have I dyed my hair blonde?
早起きするほど面白い見せ物じゃなかったぜ。
Wasn't worth waking up
Gakkari
early.
ですよ、
You didn't do anything interesting.
ご期待に添えず申し訳ない。ほんと、有彦暇人だな。
暇人だからゴシップ好きなんですよ。殿はさ、小学生の自分からよそに預けられてたんだろ。どん
Yeah,
な
I
理由
guess
かは
so.
知らないが、それから7年も経つんだ。なんで今になって感動してた息子を呼び戻すんだよ。
Yeah,
お前
that's
さんの父親
certainly
は
suspicious.
感動されていたわけじゃない。
I mean, I wasn't
なんとなく
disowned,
屋敷から出るように言われただ
speaking.
けだ。
I was just told to
I
live
was just
other
kicked
people.
out.
Right.
They're
I
like,
was
get the
told to
fuck
live
out of
with-
my house.
Yeah, somewhere else.
殿君君ね。なんとなくで子供を家から追い出す過程があったら、それは悲劇じゃなくて笑い話ですよ。ただし、ほら一歩手前、寒すぎて笑えねえけどな。
You look awful pleased with yourself there.
Arihiko laughs in an exaggerated manner. The way Arihiko never takes anything seriously is one of his best qualities.
I see.
The truth is, my father and I had been on bad terms long before the car accident and hospitalization. The Tono family is a distinguished household dating back centuries, with customs very different to those of a regular family. My childhood memories are of an enormous old house and the oppressive, antiquated practices of the family within. The Tono family is wealthy, with shares in a wide variety of companies. My father, Makihisa Tono, wasn't much of a businessman, but the assets he inherited from my grandfather were more than enough to help his business make a fortune. A mansion from another era, a high-class lifestyle that valued history and decorum. Any child would have found life in that mansion unbearably dull. So when I was told to go live with the Arimas, I had no qualms about leaving my real family behind.
Oh, well.
I think it was the best outcome I could have asked for. I got along well with the Arimas. Keiko and Fumiomi treated me no differently than if I'd been their child by birth.
Yeah, they seem to like you.
I'd always wanted to be part of a normal family, and living with the Arimas gave me that opportunity. I don't have any regrets there. With one exception. My sister, Akiha. She was a year younger than me, and I left her behind at the Tono Manor. I wonder if Akiha resents me. I mean, why wouldn't she? I left her in that giant lonesome house with no one for company but that pig-headed old man. It's not that hard to imagine what Akiha thinks of me. Of the brother who ran away from it all.
You were kind of kicked out. You didn't really have a choice.
そうだな。確かに。
Hmm.
なんとなくで家から追い出されたら、そりゃ笑うしかない。
だろ？おまけに二度と敷居はまたぐなっていう決め台詞付きだ。世間様ではそういうのを
Sounds like
感
getting
動って
disowned
言
to
うんだ。
me.
今まで聞かなかったけどな。お前、なんで感動されたんだ？
Well,
Yeah. I don't have a good answer for it myself. I think in the end it may have just been a lot of unfortunate coincidences. I was unlucky.
wasn't it worth taking care of you, maybe? Because you got injured and all?
Arihiko picks up his bowl with both hands and drinks down the broth. Lunch always feels so short. I follow Arihiko's example and quickly down the rest of my food.